She's an American singer, songwriter, and actress.
Her first solo album sold 11 million copies.
She has won 20 Grammy Awards.
She's Beyonce, and here are her top 10 rules for success.
Everything that I've done, I've worked so hard from until my toes are bleeding and no complaints. So it takes so much hard work, and I think the more you have to work for something, the more you cherish it. And every time I think about doing something silly or something that's gonna be detrimental to my career that I've built, I think about all that time I've sacrificed in my childhood and my family and all the people that worked so hard, and I could never disrespect all that I've worked for. I could never disrespect my fans. I could never disrespect the opportunity that I've been given.
I'm competitive really with myself.
Right.
Honestly. Like every time I start an album, I go and watch all of my performances and I try to figure out, okay, what is it that I could have done better or what worked? And really my references, I go back to myself and try to better myself. So I'm really tough on me, more so than anyone else. I'm not a competitive person that walks in thinking about other people and how I can compete with them, or especially not my husband.
I always was a creative child, and my parents encouraged it, and I always was doing something creative. Whether it was writing songs or poems or making clothes or dancing, putting on shows, whatever, it was something creative. I think that's so wonderful for kids. I think it gives you so much confidence, and you just feel so good about yourself, and you feel like you can accomplish anything. And creativity can't be judged, so it just is great for self-esteem for kids. Progression as an artist is the most important thing for me. That is what success is for me. I feel like if I stay in one spot, I'm not doing my job, I'm not growing as a human being, and I'm wasting time. And I feel like I always want to do something different from what I did in the past. I always want to challenge myself. I always want to have that nervous ball in my stomach before I go on the stage. That's how I know I'm doing the right job, and it's something still exciting for me. And I always want to challenge the music industry. I feel like it's kind of my job to create the new up-tempos. It's kind of my job to set the tone and to be the example. So it's sometimes risky, but it's the only reason that I've been able to last for as long as I have in this industry, because it's really short-lived. And I feel like if people can predict your next move, it's just not interesting, and I'll be bored. So I'm bored. If I'm bored, everyone else is bored.
I would say to continue to work hard and don't give up on your goals. And I know for me, like I said, I grew up watching my family struggle, and I grew up with a family that was successful but not born successful. And I believe with hard work and with a goal and love and positivity, then eventually we're gonna be fine.
I think a star is born a star, absolutely. I think, I know me, I was born to do what I do. It's just too natural. There's certain things that I know no one taught me. No one can teach you. It's just, you are. And I feel like we all are stars. We all have that. We just have to figure out what that thing is that we're supposed to be doing in life. And I know that for me to know exactly what I was born to do at such a young age is why I've been able to do what I do as well as I do it, because I've been doing it for a really long time and I'm doing the right thing. Well, trust yourself. Know who you are. Work very hard.
How long did it take you to be able to trust yourself?
Well, I was so young when I first started. It took a couple of years because I didn't know who I was. I was still a teenager. Mm-hmm. But we always wrote our own songs, and we always
had creative control. For one, because the label didn't really believe in us, so they were like, oh, let them do whatever they wanted to. And it worked out in our advantage because we proved ourselves at a young age. But I think the biggest thing is to, I would say, rehearse, practice, and it doesn't matter if you're in front of Target, a daycare, wherever.
They say it takes 10,000 hours to master.
Exactly.
You would agree with that?
Absolutely. And I put the same amount of effort into whatever I did, and so did the other girls. It didn't matter what it was, and eventually it prepares you for greatness. So work, 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 work. Sometimes we don't always feel beautiful. Sometimes we have our days where, we feel under the weather or sad or overwhelmed. And I know for me, whenever I have those days, I try to put on my best outfit, my best makeup, and my sexy heels. And when you look good, it makes you feel good. And so I really, am a strong believer. When you're feeling down, you don't just stay in the bed and just, soak in that. You pull yourself together, and it is the beginning of overcoming whatever you're going through. There are many struggles in any career. This career, it's tough because you always have to try to figure out what to do next, and it's a lot of pressure, and I do so many different things. I'm always being pulled in so many different directions. So the worst thing is trying to make sure I keep myself together and sane, and I know who I am, and keep my life balanced. Still make time to spend with my family and my friends, and still make time for my career. It's just trying to figure out that balance. It was very risky for me to step out on my own.
I wanna leave my footprints on the sands of time. Know there was
Being a young woman, I want to set the example that it's possible for us to own our own businesses and own our own record labels. And sometimes we don't reach for the stars. Sometimes we are satisfied with what people tell us we're supposed to be satisfied with. And I'm just not going for it.
I was here. I lived.
Morning.
I loved. I was here. I did. I've done.
Does everybody know who everybody is? All right. I'm Beyonce and I'm the president. So I just wanted to have a creative meeting and figure out, what the next direction will be. I booked the studio myself and paid for the studio myself, and I just had fun. I just did whatever I wanted to do.
I was here. I did. I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it could be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I made this video because Chelsea Hilton asked me to. So if there's a famous entrepreneur you want me to profile next, leave it in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. I'd also love to know which of Beyonce's top 10 rules you like the most, which ones resonated with you the most. Leave it in the comments below. I'm gonna join in the discussion. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, continue to believe, and I'll see you soon.